Deeply awake, Kathy Beck. Hi. Well, it's been a while. I've taken a break and have done some things that I'm really proud of and feel really good about and I'm really excited about. So I wanted to check in because we're ramping up to the third eclipse. And then on top of that, of course, there are the 9s through this month, as there always are, you know. On the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. Those spell 9, and it's September, which is a 9. And this year spells 9. So it's 999, and it's very beautiful indeed. But I want to just briefly pop in and say what it's like to be experiencing these energies consciously, because it has been trippy. So, what I'm noticing, and I'm going to do the identity shit in an essay, but what I'm noticing that I just want to, I don't know, I just want to sing about it, is that, you know how for years and years I've been writing these essays from, I always figured they were, you know, alcoves on a mountaintop, that I was scaling a mountain and I was beginning to understand some things. And from certain vantage points, certain things are more clear, right? And and then this mountain has been a very nice theme. And one of the last channels that I did, they mentioned how funny it was to see some of us running, you know, stumbling as we kind of run down the steep incline on the other side of the mountain. But I do feel like the wind is at my back, and when I am quiet, I understand things that, and it is, the internal guidance is just different. It's really good, and it's right there. And I'm realizing that I am, well, I told a friend last night, it's kind of like what I'm doing now is finishing school. It's not charm school. It's finishing school. It is charm school, too. Take my word for it. But it feels as if, because I'm very proud of what I am able to accomplish now on a daily basis. I'm not in anything but awe of what I'm pulling off. And what it involves is dealing with two very different paradigms. And I can't really say a lot more. But it's just a very, very, very good time. It's a very fertile time. So, lately, I've found, just as before, and it's really, there's another fractal going on. It's a crazy, crazy thing when these line up and I can see the synchronicity, and it goes back and it matches certain celestial triggers, and it's kind of wild. So the thing is that every day is brand new energetically. Every day. I'm not able to hold the same worried focus. I'm not able to have the same arguments with my reality. And really big things like yesterday, realizing that I spend a lot of time like thinking on just certain things. I just was watching what I was thinking about. It's a fascinating day. And then I got commentary. And that's what I mean by the guidance being phenomenally different. Because my body is in play, it is in use. My mind, my soul, my feelings, my thinking, my environment, my experiences, my circumstances, my desires, and all of it comes together in this daily tapestry. that's what my life is like. So I don't fear. And it's been a couple of days that I have been told, and I understand deep in my bones, what happens next doesn't matter. I was on my bed, putting on my pants this morning, thinking, saying out loud, I die. Okay, so I die. I get a new body. All right. So it's just no big deal. I mean, and it's not like I'm coaching myself. I'm just like, yeah, that's how it is. So the mourning and the grieving and the fear and the I won't get everything done and la la la, all just nah. This is a very fascinating life. I really don't want this lifetime to be the one where there are. I just don't want loose ends. I just don't. And I can see that's not really going to be the case. It isn't the case. It doesn't matter. Somehow it just doesn't matter. Outcome anymore. Doesn't matter quite as much. And I don't know, it was a few days ago, when I wake up in the morning, I get tableaus. And I realized I spent a lot of my time with this film that just would cover things, where I would look ahead, look behind, look in front of me, and then look ahead again and think, yeah, nothing is ever going to work out for me. Nothing ever does. And that's the feeling. That's the feeling tone. And believe me, this is not a 2-year-old problem. This is a 55-year-old problem. So the situations in my life which were absolutely impossible and untenable and just impossible, well, of course they would be. Why would they not be? Look at how I'm set up. That was the expectation. Oh, nothing's ever going to work out. And that's really what I feel is lifting. When all is said and done, that's the shift I'm seeing. It's a really, really simple one. It's from light to dark. No, it's from dark to light. The light quotient has changed. It's harder to engage in defense and attack. It is certain things that used to just be kind of repellent. Now I have no interest. No, don't even want to. And that includes, stories with war in them, stories with conflict in them that's just bullying. It's just like there's a sensitivity that's been changed and shifted. So anyway, I come to you telling you these things because in the end, isn't that the whole point? I mean, yeah, I went through this really weird, few month long, whoa, and as a result, things have, that was a huge amplification, and now, which makes sense because we have some other celestial things going on, and one of them is from an eclipse in March, which was a really, really big time for me, and goes back to November, which was very, very energetically rich, really rich time. Whew. And it's that energy that has come back. And it's that energy that is life-saving. It feels so good. And it's nice that it's back. And I did mourn it a couple times when I was writing. That, there's this thing that I had, this feeling that I had, and it's gone. And now it's back. The feeling is that it's not hope. No. Sorry, it's not hope. It's sturdier than hope. Hope is, I don't know. It's too weak. It's too penitent for what I'm describing. This is knowing. This is the knowing that I've had my whole life, that, a reminder when things would get really, oh no, it's awful around here. Oh, hey, there's something else coming. Shh, don't worry. Remember. And that's, kind of the reason that there are certain people I really love, like Prince and other people who just somehow managed to come out themselves at the other end of it. People like Prince, they never stopped. Me, I put lots of barriers up. But if you've got changes going on, I want you to know that you're not the only one. And I realize that, looking in, it may seem a bit manic. It might. It may seem a little bit nonsensical. Well, good. That's fine. The important thing is the expression. It really doesn't matter as much what is expressed as the expression. Now, what I mean by that is that this particular project and the essays too, they are what a lot of people are experiencing, and it feels better internally when I express than when I don't, and so it's a green light. And that's how I've always felt about creative projects. It really doesn't matter if any money is ever changes hands. That's not the point. The point is getting it out there, expressing it. So I'll end by saying that I was watching a documentary today on a nature one, and a few things really struck me. One is that with animals, of course, when, like, there was a mother lion who was lying protected and injured, and so her 4 cubs were elsewhere trying to, and they were not in a good or safe place. And that's why I love nature documentaries. The cubs didn't gather and talk about their feelings and how guilty they felt for moving on. They did what they knew they needed to do. And I think what really struck me was that there's an interconnected web of support and of protection that the creatures give each other. Those who can climb trees are lookout, and they holler and caw, and everyone has their certain skills, right? And there are some species that work together and protect each other. And as I was watching an antelope leap through a meadow, I thought, geez, how is it that a human being can feel so isolated when we're creatures too? And maybe there are certain human people, varieties, that are more predatory, and there are those that are less predatory. And perhaps I can lope through my life, or leap through my life, remembering that there are others like me and others who are my ally, who are all around me. That's the interconnected web. And I've taken way too long focusing on the predator, focusing on the need to survive. And really, of course, this has been about breaking survival thinking. But it really struck me. It really is about survival. And yet, in the wild, they really do, they're going to get eaten, or they're going to die. And they don't, that's just how it's just how it goes. And there's something very poetic about that, and very soothing. It's really soothing, because I know that when I realize that the animals, when they go out, they don't go, holy crap, this could be the day I die. Oh, holy shit. I hate my life. All around me is threat. It's just one survival thing after another. No. That's projection. No. They're in the moment. And they are in agreement that, yeah, today might be the day. And life goes on. And I think that's what I was feeling when I was putting my pants on this morning. It's like, yeah, today could be the day, and, life's going to go on. And to feel that much neutrality and acceptance and creative joy around my own death, well then, I think that's a big part of living. I think I see a lot of death denial and a lot of fear of death in this culture. And I'm going to do my best today. And there's some things I'd like to hang out for. And I might feel a little bummed out, I guess, if I were to leave too early or under certain circumstances. But hails bells, it's going to go on. Such are the thoughts of what? An ascensionist? September of 16. I've got that weird thing in my throat. So I'm wishing you joy with change. If you're experiencing change, I really do hope that you're feeling some joy. It's really I think it's the only way to get through change. And the change itself, it has its own song. And change is okay. And through all of that, there are I guess through all of that, all this embracing of change that I'm so famous for, and am really, really enjoying, what I'm aware of now more than ever is permanence. I've really, really had an issue with object permanence really bad. I mean, yikes, it gets in the way of daily life kind of bad. And that is lifting. That's a biggie. I saw teeny tiny incremental changes, but always regression. And I thought that really my lack of object permanence was something that could not be fixed. But it's because of the guidance that I have inside, that I'm hearing and feeling and believing, and it's integrating with my experience in daily life. And it's so good. It's just state-of-the-art stuff. It's the stuff that I would write about and I've forgotten. So I think that it's a good path to be on. And I'm rambling now. I don't want to do that. I want to stop. I say, to end, I think I'll say this about 5 times, so I'm done. Namaste.